Welcome everyone. As promised, Shannon and I said we were going to do a little bit of a September message, explaining the curriculum for this year, explaining a bit about the blocked approach, how this year might be a bit different. So yeah, this video is really designed to give you as much information as possible, and then kind of introduce any questions you guys have following that. Okay, so I'm going to start with just talking briefly about the academic year and how it's changed from last year. So as you guys already know, you're starting a little bit later on the 5th of October. And as you can see from this, term one actually extends until after Christmas. Now, part of the reason why we're showing this to you is the importance of the week numbers. Okay, so you'll see, for example, family, schools and society started on week 11 and finishing at 14. And they're really, really important. So if you have any queries or questions around week numbers, try and go back to this document. I'm pretty sure it's available within the student portal as well. Okay. Term two then extends until around about the mid-May. All right. So if you want to know what your year is going to look like in terms of when you need to be on campus or when you need to be in modules and things, that is all there for you. Exam boards will then be towards the start of June, and module or marks release will be around about the 5th of July. Okay, so probably one of the most important slides of the session, but I'll hand over to Shan for this little bit.
Hello everyone. So I'm excited to be seeing you soon, very soon. And just to say, if you haven't seen some of my other mad videos from my beach or whatever, I am your year tutor for year two. So you'll still have your personal tutor. We've still got Kieran as our programme director, but I'm your year two tutor. And I'm really looking forward to kicking off the teaching. So the very first module is family, schools and society. And we've sent out quite a lot of information. There's stuff already on Moodle, which I know that students can access because a couple of student reps have checked that for me. It shows what we're doing each week. So I've sent out grids and there's a video explanation on YouTube that kind of says where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing. So a combination of online sessions, live recorded, some tasks and our on-campus sessions, along with tutorial support as well. Emphasis on these though is that these are blocks. You can see in the 6 blocks there that they're running short and plump, and what needs to be done is we really need to think about independent study along those. So when you're thinking about how those modules look and you've got some information about that, plan enough time in your day and your week, especially in the first 2 weeks of your modules, because you need to be reading and writing to give your submissions in probably 2 or 3 weeks into your modules. So it's going to be a different way of working for us all. I know that working with School of Art and Design, lots of other modules in other schools work like this. So I teach on modules like this elsewhere, and it works really well because all we've got to think about in that 4-week block is that module. So you can really get stuck into your reading. You can do some in-depth reading, the reading that we set you, but also your independent reading for your chosen topics, for example, on family, schools and society. Then we're going to be going on to education and equality. So as soon as we finish in week 14, you'll start with Emily's team on week 15. And it's quite a different approach. So throughout the year, we've got this hybrid of online and offline. So the lovely thing about Ed and Equality is you'll be working in a different type of flipped classroom approach, mainly online, and so you can plan your study and schedule around that, and more information will come out. Then you'll be working in a hybrid approach with Paul on thinking critically about primary education, and all of these modules have a way of including transferable theories, if you like, and transferable thinking as well as skills. So we're getting used to different ways of working and studying, but some of the theories and ideas that we include about social inclusion in society and schools, for example, will be really relevant in education and equality and in thinking about primary education critically. So we've got a sort of a spiral curriculum that really builds on you assimilating knowledge as you go along, as well as remembering all the stuff that we did with you in level 4. Because, for example, on family, schools and society, I'll be taking you outside a little bit. So, you know, remembering to bring your wellies and waterproofs probably in the second week, and I'll flag it. So there's a lot of holistic approaches within the curriculum. I won't talk too much about the other modules because we've got more coming up, but you can see the names of the modules, you can see who's running them, and on another document coming up, you'll be able to see week numbers, contact details for your module leaders, and your assignment dates, or roughly to be confirmed. So information will come up after this.
Absolutely, yeah. So you got your first row of term 1 modules, and beneath you've got your term 2 modules. Just to flag that term 1 is pretty much set in stone. Term 2 modules are kind of there to be determined. That's what we're planning at the minute, but again, things might change. We're in a world now where things change on a weekly and daily basis. So this is the plan for now. But yeah, stick with us because things might change. We're evolving as times move forward.
I think that's really important as well, that we really appreciate your flexibility and input, and we've been having some great communications throughout the summer with the year reps. So you've got your reps and you know, communicating, but bearing with us in terms of how we together with you find our way forward, the best way forward, because there could be little pockets of time where we think we're going to be on campus and we end up online, or vice versa. So, you know, it's being open to change is really crucial, and we would want that for you anyway, because that's what it's like in education, even beyond these times, isn't it, Kieran? We're always open to adapt.
Absolutely, on a daily basis. Okay, so one of the questions I think Shannon and I have had quite a lot over the summer, it's a really good one, is around timetabling. What will my week look like? I need to plan childcare, and these are really, really important questions. So what we've done, we've worked hard on, is to try and get your kind of weekly pattern across to you as much as possible. All right, so the next few slides will break down each module and give you an idea of what you'll be doing on each day, a rough idea of what you'll be doing on each day. So I'll let Shan talk through family, schools and society, if this works for me now, sorry. Which is our first module.
So family, schools and society, there's a YouTube video and there's information on email and Moodle, and we've given a breakdown, and basically we're going to be working mostly online with 2 hours of recorded lectures that you can work and watch in your own time, reading then for that day on set reading tasks, and then later in the day we'll be having a live online team session with you all to discuss what we've done in that day. So you've got a lot more information on this module on the other video, and so please look on PES TV and watch that video if you haven't already about family, schools and society, and look at the detailed breakdown that we've sent. But Tuesday, some of the groups split into your A's and B's, which Kieran has sent out, will be having sessions either in the morning or in the afternoon, and you can see 2.6, 2.7 and Welsh Medium on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That doesn't mean that 2.8 shouldn't be doing something on Tuesdays. It means that Tuesday you need to be doing your independent research and reading, because in 2 weeks' time you will be submitting your assignments. So we don't want you to worry about that, because it's a really great way of immersing ourselves, just thinking about, reading about, writing about family, schools and society, no other modules, just that. And as I say, I teach on a School of Art and Design module, and it's amazing to see what the students come up with at the end of a 4-week block. It's quite an exciting way to work, I think. So it's just one that we'll all get used to working, different to how we've been before. So Wednesday, the same, we'll be on campus for the first 2 weeks with 2.8. And then what will happen is 2.6 and 2.7 in Welsh Medium will probably be doing their independent study and planning for their PRES and their RIT bit. Welsh Medium are subject to change at the moment, so Dudgy will stay in touch with you because timetable is still fluid on that. So please bear with us on Welsh Medium, there could be some changes. Thursday again, it's going to be a continuation of directed reading, but I'm going to be online for set periods of time, and I'd like to have some individual and small group discussions with you. And if we need a whole group discussion, then we'll set that up as well. So there's lots of support available and high expectations for you as level 5 students to get ready. Because you're going to be choosing some of the focus, you can read and write about what you want to read and write about, which is nice, and that can also feel quite hard, and one of the things we want you to do to be able to do. So we want you to be thinking about finding your own research interest, because that will lead you well into one of your other modules with Paul later on, and also into your dissertation next